basic changes that have taken place in education worldwide. One is that we have moved from the factory school to a more individualistic school, in the sense that this concept of facing each other's backs is now considered to be very rude and unproductive. So that is the first change that has taken place, your seating arrangement. The second is that instead of each student doing his own work individually and hiding it from his neighbor, like used to happen when I was in school, and you were not allowed to talk to anyone, it is now not like that. It's a corporate affair in the sense that students are expected to consult each other, talk to each other, work together, because that is the way it's going to be in life. So that is the second big change that has happened, which has led to us understanding that each individual child is different and cannot be equated with everyone else. And I think the best example is that cartoon with the fish and the elephant and the monkey and all standing next to each other, and the teacher saying, "Okay, I'm going to test how well you climb this tree." So I think it's the same thing with students today, that we appreciate that everyone has their own separate individual talents, and we need to develop those talents, which means that unlike the past, where there were fixed subjects, there are now any number of subject choices, because it depends on your interest, it depends on your passion, it depends on your ability, it depends on what you want to do later on in life. So I think the whole emphasis has changed from a rigid factory system into a more flexible individualistic system. If you look at some of the old heritage schools, they have these beautiful buildings, and they also have a lot of pride in them, in their own schools, which is great. They should have, but they are living in the past, in the sense that no one's going to come to look at your building and your campus. People are going to form their impression of the school by the product. So if you meet someone and you are impressed with that by that person and you wonder which school the person went to, that is when you have made your mark, not the photographs in the magazines and so on. The Inventure Academy is producing a product which one can be proud of. So, that is my way of measuring a school. And I think your faculty was obviously very sensitive to the requirements of the children's development. Otherwise, this wouldn't happen. And Nooreen, of course, is a class by herself. So you have this great leadership of Nooreen and your faculty, who have obviously been able to create something that you can be proud of. Now, how these kids develop and how they eventually serve the nation or humanity or the globe or themselves is something which we have to wait and see. But I feel that this is a great product that is coming up. The reason why a school gives so many choices, which one can call so many opportunities, and opportunities like what they're getting now in this youth parliament, is because it is the only way for children to discover for themselves what they are really interested in and what they would like to be like as human beings, and work towards some kind of plan instead of just drifting along. So opportunities are what the school can provide, what the home can provide, what society can provide. But how much the kid actually gains from it depends on the kid. I mean, I can take 10 students from your school on an expedition into the forest or into a new city or a new culture, there's no way that all 10 of them are going to come back with the same learning experience. They're all going to look at it differently. Some will learn a lot, some will not learn much, some will observe aspects of their experience which others will not. So I don't think that's important. I don't think it's important what they actually gain out of it in terms of what is measurable. I think more important is to get the exposure, and I think that's where the school can give the opportunities which it is doing. So I don't know. I just would tell the kids that make as much of the opportunities as you can because they're not going to come back. I am really a great believer that the best way to bring out what's in a kid is through service. I'm a great, great believer in community service. And I think that is something which every kid in the school should be exposed to.